Hey guys, Aubrey here. I just wanted to go over kind of a quick little tutorial on how to use candle wax to wax the bottom of your pots. I learned this from Sally Roper, and she's also here on YouTube. You can find her channel. She has a lot of great content. But learning this has saved me hours, especially I had a 100 mug order to finish not that long ago, and if I would have had to hand paint all of those, it would have taken me forever. So this is a lifesaver for me. And I'm in a couple of Facebook groups, and this question was brought up on Facebook this morning about being able to just use candle wax. And although it doesn't work for every application, it works for this type if you do a lot of waxing the feet of your pots. There are times that I still have to use a different kind of wax to do more detailed waxing, but that's okay. This alone, if it's only for this one purpose, saves me a lot of time. So I'm going to show you what I use and how I do it. This is just a skillet that I got off of I believe Amazon for like $25-30. I'll put a link to one. It's not the exact one because I can't find the exact one, but they're all the same. So I will put a link to one in the description. And then the wax, again, you can use any kind of just unscented. I don't think it would hurt anything if you used scented, but I just bought the unscented candles, and I'll put a link to some wax in the description as well, just for ease. So when I'm not using it, it just sits here and it cools down, and then it's just, the wax will harden up and it will just sit in the bottom of the pan, and that's fine. So I just leave it here. I did make sure to get a level out and make sure that the skillet was level so that my foot ring would be level around the pot. So when I'm ready to use it, I just plug it in, and it's already set to the right temperature, so it starts to heat up and remelt the wax. I've tried it at a few different temperatures, and 240 to 250 degrees seemed to work the best for me. It stayed hot long enough to penetrate the bisqueware, but it just was the right temperature. I think I had tried it too hot one time, and I mean, it's already kind of smelly just because that's a hot temperature, but when I had it higher than that, it was like smoking out the shop. So but if it's too cool of a temperature, when you dip it and raise it up, it hardens too fast, before you can get the foot even. So I'll show you all that. It's starting to melt. It usually doesn't take very long, maybe like a minute. And I just have some butter dishes here. This is just one of my butter dishes. I'm gonna be glazing all of the lid portion, so I'm not doing anything to that, but I do want to wax this foot. And then you can control the width of your wax ring just by how much depth of wax you have in the skillet. It does look a little bit low, so I might throw another one in there. Let me see how big that is. Yeah, it's a little bit low, so I'm just gonna throw a candle in there and let that melt up with it. And it's got the wick in there, so just whenever it's done melting, you just pull the wick out and throw it away. No big deal. Let's see. And again, it doesn't smell great. It smells like hot unscented wax, but I don't mind it so much. the girls, my kids don't like it. And they come out here and they're like, oh, you've been waxing pots, haven't you? Yes, I'm sorry. It is almost ready. It's just melting the rest of that. I could honestly go ahead and get started, but I'm gonna try and get that to melt. Getting the wick out. There we go. And I keep a brush over here. Just sometimes if the bottom of your pot is concave and has a little divot, then it doesn't want to get that part. So I just have a brush handy to kind of brush the rest of the wax on if I need to. Now you can see that it's smoking a little bit. I had turned it up to 250. I'm going to turn it back down to 240. And it is about ready, so this is as easy as it gets. Just put your pot in level, give it a second to absorb. I give it a spin or two just to make sure it gets all saturated, and it got all the way on the bottom, so I don't need to fill in that, but I do keep the brush handy to also catch some of those drips. You do have to wait a little bit to let it air dry before you flip it over, just so those drips don't run down the side. But as soon as it stops running, you can kind of see the bead flowing around. I just kind of help it along a little bit. And then that's that. Very nice. Just turn it over and let it dry. On to the next. Now, sometimes you have to be careful if it does have a concave portion underneath. It's going to force an air bubble out. So I've actually started making the bottom of my pots flat, or with just a very small dip in the middle, just to avoid, like, if a bubble pops out, then it kind of like leaves a little bubble spot on the side. And as you know, once you do that, it's impossible to take it back. You have to re-biscuit, and we don't want to do that. Okay, there's the second one. Flip her over. I gotta make sure to keep the appropriate lids with its bottom, because they're all custom measured to fit just that one pot. And there's another one. I mean, I am just so grateful. So grateful for this. I don't want to leave this like right underneath me, because in case I have a drip, I don't want to get it on my pot. So. And I have a little, obviously you can see the fan there. That helps to get that to harden faster if you're impatient like me. Got two more. Okay. That's it. Oh, if you can, where's the camera? There it is. It gets a nice clean line. There's no way I could paint a line that clean. And I did that for a long time. Well, that's all I needed to do. So now I'm just gonna unplug it and put the lid back on and let it cool down, and it's ready for next time. So easy as that. And that's the end of this tutorial. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for putting up with me. I appreciate you guys. If you haven't yet, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. I think I'm at 698 subscribers now. I'm trying to get to that 1,000. That's the milestone, right? So any help that you guys can do with that, I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see y'all next time.